do it in a sequence all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds monotonous. It sounds, oh my God, this kid is, right? But we only do it that way, so you only learn one way. Because this is where a lot of people fail. One thing wrong, it's an automatic fail. So if the bus even inches forward an inch, backwards an inch, if you crack the door before the emergency parking brake is on, it's a fail. And they just love failing people, because then they go back for overtime, and then they get you a second time, third time, and the overtime. And they have an overtime list that is just going through the roof. Right? So that's where they make their money. So when we go pickup, I'll explain it to you. 100 feet before your stop, you're gonna turn on your ambers first, your right directional second. You're gonna pull 10 feet from your stop, 6 to 12 inches from the curb. Okay?
Isn't it 15 feet?
That's the railroad.
Oh, okay.
Then you're gonna put on your parking brake, bus in neutral, and then you're gonna put in your parking brake, put on service brake, bus in neutral, leaving your brake on it all the time. Then they're gonna say, you're probably gonna say you have one kid crossing. You're gonna open your door with one hand, stop your child with another hand. You're gonna cross your children across, the people in the service store are on. You're gonna look in your mirror. You're gonna see that everyone's seated. You're gonna look in all your mirrors and look for stragglers or runners. After you see any stragglers or runners, you're gonna prepare your bus for departure, which means you're gonna check your service door, check all your danger zones, put your bus in drive, put on service brake, and then release the parking brake. So it goes back and forth, right? Because you can't have a free fall, they call it. Like you've got to have your parking brake on to the very last when you're taking off, and the very first when you're stopping. After you check all your mirrors, you check your service door, you close your door, you check your mirrors one more time, and it's safe to proceed into traffic. You'll go into traffic. Same thing, and I'll just demonstrate that so we don't waste any time. I'm going to use that curb over there. So I'm going to do a student pickup, one kid crossing. 100 feet from my stop, I'm going to turn on my amber lights in my right directional. I'm going to pull 6 to 12 inches from the curb, 10 feet from my students. I'm going to secure my bus. Parking brake on, put on service brake, bus in neutral. I'm going to open my door with one hand, stop my student from crossing with my other hand. When it's out and all my traffic is stopped, I'll give my student thumbs up. My student will cross. He's crossing, comes on, he's seated. All the kids from my service door are seated. I'm now going to look for any stragglers. After I don't see any stragglers, I'm going to prepare my bus for departure. I'm going to clear my service door, all my danger zones. I'm going to close my door, put my bus in drive, put my directional on, release my parking brake, check my mirrors one last time, proceed into traffic when it's safe to do so. That's a student pickup. Now I'm going to turn the bus around and we'll do a student drop-off. Okay, 100 feet before my stop, I'm going to put on my ambers, my right directional. I'm I'm going to pull 6 to 12 inches from the curb directly to my stop. I'm going to secure my bus. Parking brake on, foot on service brake, bus in neutral. I'm going to open my door, stop my students, and give them instructions. This means go, this means stop. If you hear my horn, it means return to the curb as soon as possible. For the students that are crossing, I want you to go to my driver's side crossover mirror, where I will stop you. You will look and I will look. When it's safe to do so, I will cross you the rest of the way. After my students have crossed, I'll make sure everyone and the people that are leaving my service door that are not crossing, I want you to go directly home and get out of my danger zones. Do you understand? They say yes, that's your preparatory command. You're going to make believe you're letting everybody go. You're going to stop your student. You're going to check your mirrors. You're going to cross your student. Then everyone that left your service door, you're going to make sure you're going to check your mirrors, make sure they're out of your danger zone, and you're going to prepare for departure. You're going to clear your service door, check all your danger zones, close your mirror, put your bus in drive, put on service brake, parking brake off, and when it's clear to do so, you're going to proceed into traffic. This is why when I say every time this bus is running, keep your foot in that service brake, so many people on picks and drops, once they put the parking brake on, they start talking, they do this, fail. As soon as that foot comes off the service brake, there's a fail. Even though your parking brake is on, your foot's got to be on the service brake. And then we'll do a railroad. We'll just use this line right here. 100 to 200 feet, I see a railroad crossing. I'm going to shut off my ambers, turn on my hazards. I'm going to pull no closer than 50 feet, 15 feet, no further away than 50 feet. Open my window, open my doors, shut up all my noisemakers, ask my children to be quiet. I like to keep my finger on this button because if you don't and you just do this, you fail. So I'm going to look and listen twice. After I don't see or hear a train, I'm going to close my door. I'm not going to cross the tracks with another CDL vehicle or another vehicle with a placard card. Plus, I'm going to make sure on the other side of the tracks I have the clearance for my bus plus 15 feet. There we go. And when I get to the other side, clear 15 feet, turn off my hazards, and I turn on my ambers, which is in the middle. So what they're going to do on your test day, you're going to do picks, drops, and railroads on this actual skills course. So you're kind of lucky. They're going to make sure that they do your railroad crossing last to see if you don't turn that amber off. Because if you open that door and the red lights go out, you fail. So they'll make you do a pickup, a drop off, and then a railroad in hopes that you'll forget to turn off your ambers. Just make sure you turn your ambers off. Alright? Anybody get any of that?